Hey everyone, it's Sue here, and I wanted to share with you my new area that is still in progress in my living room for my art. So I'm going to back up, and I just got that chair, and that's hard to see because of the window, and that chair just a couple days ago. A couple weeks ago I had the floor refinished, so that is in good shape. I'm waiting for the carpet to come, an area rug, I should say, and the desk that will go right where that little table is right there. So it's kind of like the staging for it, right? So it's going to basically take the back half of my living room, all of my art supplies. But what I wanted to do, my goal was to have shelving, but to have bins and stuff that you could not actually see the supplies. Like normally I would have my art supplies in plastic. I use a lot of plastic, but I really got rid of a lot of that and pulled out my wicker baskets and bought some new ones. So let me show you. So again, this is where the desk is going to go. I may or may not keep that chair. I don't know, because the desk is going to have brown. I don't know. I'll see. This tripod is brand new. I haven't even used it yet. So I'll be using it today on Periscope, but haven't used it yet. My tripod used to sit on the table, and when I would work, and it would shake. So now I have one that sits on the floor, and you can see it'll easily go over my desk, and I'll show you right here. My iPad just fits right in there, right over my desk area, and I'm good to go. So I think I'll start over here. So that garbage can is actually filled with stuff that's going to go in my desk once I get it. But I pulled, let me back up over here, this baker's rack in here. And I'm still hanging stuff on the walls and everything. But like I have this wood box, and I have in here different like tags and that kind of stuff, like little what would be like what are they called, Rolodex cards, you know, that kind of stuff in here, stuff I get at Tuesday morning. And so that's in here, and I have a little bin right here that I have just a bunch of goodies that I'll pull out when I do some of my pages. I have 3 little bowls right here that I like to use for paints and stuff. And then in here, now I just threw this little Smart Balance thing in here. This actually has some, I guess like nuts and bolts kind of things from my old sofa I took out. So my son took it apart for me, my old sofa. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't throw those out. And I grabbed them and I threw them in there, and those will end up on the canvas. But I have some stamps here. I have some more. This white box right here has more goodies in it. And underneath this, is homemade washi tape that I have. So that's that. And now this is in like a copper bin. This down here in this wicker has a lot of my collage paper, and it also has a lot of my stamps, my Dina Wakley stamps, and then this, which I do plan on using sometime soon, and then just these little things that I made with Crazy Island Family. It's like a little matchbook filled with little goodies to use to collage with. So I have a bunch of those, and they're there. And down here are my journals. So I have this one, which was handmade out of a pizza box, DiGiorno pizza box. And I have the other journals there that I use. And then down here, so in here, I do have a plastic bin over here on the side. That has some homemade flowers and stuff in it, but I tried to hide it. And then in here is more flowers and embellishments and all of my metal pieces that I use on my canvases and such. And then down here, and I have them hidden, are some more, like this is all wood veneers, this is buttons and stuff like that. So try to put that back. So that is that particular, whoops, I just ran into my chair, piece. So I like it because it doesn't look like there's a bunch of art stuff there, except for maybe that journal. All right, so I have things on the floor that I still need to hang. And now this piece over here is something my grandfather had made. And I forgot I had it. I was upstairs a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I was going to spend like $150 on something like this because it's very narrow and perfect for to hold paints and such. So these right here are actually Tim Holtz pieces that hang, but they haven't made it onto the wall just yet. And then, like, so these bins here, this one, that one, these, those, and that one are all from TJ Maxx. And so this is kind of like, my paint area is over here, kind of, sort of. So up here I have my Inca Golds, and I do have some paints under there as well. Don't know if you can see that, but I do have paints under there. So that is what is up there. Now what's going to go here, and is right now on my kitchen table, is a basket filled of washi. And I'm probably going to end up painting this because everything else in here, I mean, it's going to be the only white piece. I don't know. I may or may not. I don't know. I'll see. This basket I've had for a while, but I have in here like my bronzes and my silvers and some of my gold stuff. I like to kind of have that together. And in this wicker basket I have all of my different micas. So it includes the brushos and let me see, and it includes the Primary Elements by Luminarts. So that has all my mica powders. And then over here, oops, sorry, is some of my pastels, chalk pastels. Then I'm going to sit down and actually roll over here. So on the next shelf down, I have in here these Liquitex colors I actually got in Pennsylvania. Oh no, this one I got at Michael's, but the rest of them most of them I got on sale when I was in Pennsylvania. And I have a couple other colors here of just, white and black that I'll pull out from time to time. This piece is really cool. I have a couple of these. They stick together. They're magnetized. So it's actually two, and you can pull them apart and pull out exactly which you want to use. So the side on the right has some of my inks, and on the left I have my high flow acrylics. I have a few of my alcohol inks, and some distress paints are in there. And see, it just fits perfectly. It's I'm going to turn you sideways. It's a very narrow piece. It's not wide at all. So these things fit really well in here. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody rang the doorbell. So in this bin, so this is the same type of metal bin. It's the same style, but it's not two pieces. It's just one piece. And in here, I have my Prima acrylic paints, the metallics. So they go in here. So this is great because like where I'm sitting is basically where my desk is, so I can just kind of turn around and grab. So in here are my Dina Wakley paints. And I have some golden paints, as well as just some extra stuff that I have, which I really like these. I love Claudine Hellmuth products. So there's that, and then I have some distressed crackle paints and stuff in here. So that's that. And then on the bottom shelf, I have, in this particular basket, which I've had for a while, the basket is, I have these Staedtler watercolor crayons, which are very much like the Neo colors. And these I love, the Stabilo, the chalk pastel pencils. Gosh, I wish I had a couple $100 to get the big set. These I don't like. I don't even know why I have them, but I do. Don't even use them. And then I have my gouache, inexpensive paints from Michaels. And whoops. And over here in this bin, so right next to it, whoops, I have, these are nice. I like these a lot. These are just some colored pencils, basically, made by Staedtler. And then in here I have my watercolors. So I have this, which is 4 tiers of watercolor paints. And then this one I got at Tuesday Morning, and this is one of my favorite watercolor sets right here. I love the pigment in them, is very nice. And then this is my Prima. Oh, let me see if I can open it. My Prima. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. And this is my Prima set. And they have different sets, different colors in the sets, but I like this as well. Great for traveling, of course. So that is what's in there. And then underneath it, I have the big watercolor set from Michaels. I have my Neo colors. I have my favorite color pencils. These are my favorite. Got these at Tuesday Morning. And I have my Inktense blocks, as well as my Noritake watercolors. So that is that half of the room. So I think, let me get up here and just kind of back up. So again, my desk, let me turn my chair around. My desk is going to go here, and it's a, gosh, 5 or 6 foot long desk. It's a long desk, and it has bins underneath, like it has shelves. It's really kind of cool. I'll show it to you when I get it. And so there's that shelving unit, and then that one. So what I'll do is I will come back in another video and show you the other half of the room.